Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here again on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. This week, we are at Phoenix International Raceway. Tonight, these drivers are going to be taking on 175 laps actually tonight, 175 laps in total. Stage 1 is going to end at lap 40. Stage 2 will end at lap 90. Then we go to the end of the race, which is going to be a total of 85 laps. So, last week's winner was Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll currently sits second on the board behind Elliott Drummond in the 33, who ran a 26.90 here in practice. About 3.5 minutes left to go in practice here tonight. Take a look at points. I got points here right next to me. Chris Carroll is leading your points so far. We are 3 races in. This is our 4th race of the season, ladies and gentlemen. And Chris Carroll's 125 total points. Right behind him is Raymond Herdina. He is, let's see here, he is 20 points behind Chris Carroll. Then you got Jess Vaught, Adam Thompson, Brian Zimmerman, your top 5 in points. As we take a look at Steven Johnson in the number 1 car right now, turning some practice laps. About 2.5 minutes left to go, waiting to get word from race control to head on down pit side for pre-race ceremonies. So these drivers do get one quick repair tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That means if they get some damage on that race car, they'll come down pit road and they'll get a brand new race car off of the hauler, go back out and try it again. But they only get one of those tonight. They're only going to be able to fill up the tanks 75% here this evening as well. So fuel strategy could be something we have to keep an eye on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to head down trackside for pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you, as always, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. Heading into qualifying, waiting for drivers to start heading out on track. Looks like Steven Johnson and that number 1 machine is going to be one of the first to head out on track now. Steven Johnson Was about mid-pack there in practice. Let's see what he's got for a qualifying setup. Now, I do want to point out that this league, ladies and gentlemen, the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series, it is a open setup league. These guys are going to be making tweaks under the competition cautions, or the stage cautions, if you will. Again, stage cautions tonight are going to be stage 1's going to end at lap number 40, stage number 2 ending at lap 90. Steven Johnson takes the green flag here. Drivers only have 5 minutes of qualifying, set 2 fast laps. Ooh, Steven Johnson doesn't like that lap. He's going to stop, reset, and try it again. We're taking a look at the 71 of Adam Thompson now out on track. Adam Thompson's going to cross the start-finish line. He's going to cut that dog leg, and that's something we're going to see all night long. Our driver's going to cut that throughout the race, or are they going to preserve that race car? Was hearing a lot of guys saying before the race that could cause damage to the underside of the race car here this evening, taking that dog leg every lap. 175 laps. You're going to have to take care of your equipment here tonight at Phoenix. 3 minutes left to go here in qualifying. Adam Thompson, quick time, 27.35. So Adam Thompson goes to the top of the charts here, provisional pole. So we take a look at the 46 of Larry Bell. Bell finishing up his qualifying run at 27.42 for the number 46. Good enough for P3 right now. Logan Lax in the number 25, currently 9th out on the charts. 27.74. Second lap a little bit slower to 27.81. So Logan going to be 12th on the board. About 2 minutes left to go here in qualifying. Taking a look at the number 51 of AJ Bobbiak, currently 6th on the board with a 27.52. Carl Lindstrom, he was having a good run last week until he got into some trouble there at Vegas, currently 12th on the board with a 27.71. Brian Zimmerman had a good race last week as well, currently 13th on the board right now. About a minute left to go here in qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there in chat, please let me know who you're going for this evening. So it looks like we got one car left out on track. That's Tanner Marr, but 15 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if he's going to be able to get a time in here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get going through that grid here tonight. It's going to be Adam Thompson starting on the pole here this evening with Chris Carroll, who is outside in second. Scotty Stevens is going to be starting in third with Larry Bell, who is outside in fourth. Tanner Marr is going to be rolling off in the fifth position with Mark Arthur, who is outside in sixth. Jeremy Richmond is going to be starting in seventh with AJ Bobyak starting in eighth. Michael Wood is going to be rolling off in P9 with Raymond Herdina starting in 10th. Carl Lindstrom is going to be starting in 11th position with Chris Spencer, who is outside in 12th. Samuel Lawson is going to be starting in 13th with Brian Zimmerman, who is outside in 14th. Ryan Rose is going to be starting in 15th with Logan Lax, who is outside in 16th. Tom Freitas is going to be rolling off in P17 with Nicholas Lamb, who is outside in 18th. Fabrizio Lamina, I hope I got the last name right, is going to be starting in 19th position with J.R. Schomburg, who is outside in 20th. Colton Malone is going to be starting 21st with Philip Molinax, who is outside in 22nd. Tyler Clemens is going to be rolling off 23rd with Steven Johnson starting in 24th. Elliott Drummond is going to be starting 25th with Chummy Miller starting 26th. Dustin Lamb, Josh Beaver, Kyle Clark, Jonathan Byram is going to be rolling out the field, rounding out the field this evening. 30 drivers taking the grid here today at Phoenix. 175 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you have your money on tonight as the field starts to roll off? And get ready. So the pace car is going to head down pit road. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here tonight at Phoenix. Adam Thompson, your pole sitter. Chris Carroll, who is outside. Out into the restarts, down we go, and green flag is in the air. We're underway here at Phoenix. Adam Thompson's going to get a really good start here as we go down through the dog leg and everybody fans out. We're almost 3-4 wide going into turns 1 and 2. Adam Thompson got a really good start there. So did Scotty Stevens in the 0-2 right behind him. Chris Carroll falls back into third position right now with Tanner Marr right behind him in fourth. Down the back straightaway for the first time here this evening, and everybody up near the front starting to single file out. We go back a little bit further. That's Mark Arthur in the number 26. Looks like he has AJ Bobyak behind him, and that's Raymond Herdina trying to take a spot from him here as we go back into turns 1 and 2. Let's go back up to the front. Adam Thompson still leader. Lap 3 of 175, so a long way to go. Scotty Stevens is going to go ahead and cut the dog leg. And Scotty, last lap, was the quickest car on the track. As I say that, Raymond Herdina, actually the fastest car on the track that time around. So Elliott Drummond was one of the faster cars in practice. Actually, he was the fastest car in practice. Currently sitting back there in the 18th position under fire from the number 1 of Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson's going to cut the dog leg here, slide up in front of him, or at least try to. We're going to have a couple go around back here. That's the 13 of J.R. Schomburg, and I believe the 18. Oh, that is not what you want to see right there, ladies and gentlemen. Not sure who that was. So J.R. Schomburg is definitely not going to be happy about that one, and rightfully so. Let's go back and see what happened. Ooh. So the 13 looks like he hit the dog leg, got loose right there, right? And the 18 3 car, I'm not sure. was just wrong place, wrong time, right? However, no reason to retaliate like that, right, ladies and gentlemen? We all know that. We caught it live here under caution for the first time this evening for the front row Next Gen Cup Series. Adam Thompson, your race leader. Scotty Stevens currently runs second with Chris Carroll in third. Tanner Marr holding on to the fourth position, and Michael Wood rounds out the top five. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, we are always trying new things here on True Sim Productions, trying to make the quality better. If there is something you see out of whack, let me know. We'll try and get it rectified. Lap 6 of 175 here tonight. Again, stage 1 will end on lap 40. So far, no takers on pit road. J.R. Schomburg obviously coming down pit road to get some damage fixed on the number 13 machine. But other than that, everybody stays out on track. Now, this is a good time for these drivers to save fuel. Under caution, will they be able to make it to that lap 40? Stage caution? I have no idea. I think it's going to be close. I was listening in to some conversations to from the drivers earlier. Nobody really mentioned fuel as an issue, I guess you could say, tonight. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time here tonight at Phoenix. Going to be lap 8 of 175 when we take the green flag. Adam Thompson going to fire them off in the restart zone. Adam Thompson in the number 71. Scotty Stevens to his outside. Green flag back out in the air. So this is going to be a great shot here. You watch everybody. Look at that 3-4 wide. Everybody fanning out going down into turn 1. So we go back, take a look at Michael Wood. He is in 5th position right now, looking to take 4th away from Tanner Marr. Everybody out front kind of got single filed out. Adam Thompson holds on to the lead. He's got Chris Carroll right behind him in 2nd. Scotty Stevens falls back to 3rd. Carroll's going to cut the dog leg here. And again, this is all by choice, everybody. Do you risk hurting that car? Slamming it off the ground, going through the dog leg like that. So side by side back here for the 4th position. Michael Wood wants it. Tanner Marr wants to keep it. Tanner's going to go up the racetrack now under pressure from the 98 of Jeremy Richmond. We go back a little bit further. That's the 26 of Mark Arthur holding on to 7th as the 98 of Jeremy Richmond a little out of shape there coming out of turn 4. Kind of single filed out. Everybody kind of getting into a rhythm here. Go back to Tom Freitas in the number 32. He's got Elliott Drummond to his outside. This is a battle for the 11th position right now. Right behind him is Chris Spencer. Now, Chris Spencer did this last week. Kind of hung near the back of the field, then started to make his way up towards the front. We're going to keep an eye on him throughout the race. I think he might be a long run kind of guy here in that number 21. Ryan Rose sits right behind him in 14th with Carl Lindstrom back there as, Steven Johnson, I believe that's the governor, making contact. Steven Johnson losing a lot of positions. It looks like he got into the inside wall. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one. Ooh, Sam Lawson comes off the corner right there, ladies and gentlemen, comes down, gets into Steven Johnson. I tell you what, Steven did a really great job right here hanging on to this race car. Only a little rear end damage to that number one machine. I don't think it's going to hurt him all that much. It was a great save. Minimal damage to the number one. Under caution here for the second time this evening. So Adam Thompson still your race leader. Chris Carroll runs second. No takers on pit road yet, at least near the front of the field. We're gonna have to wait to see if anybody back here is gonna take fuel. Now, that could be your strategy if you want to get stage points, right? Come in, get some fuel now. You know you can make it to the end of stage one. All right, so I'm looking at timing and scoring. The only driver to bring it down pit side is the number one of Steven Johnson. Now, Johnson involved in that last wreck. A little bit of left rear damage to the number one machine coming down, seeing if they can't bang the fenders out a little bit. Get him back out there. Still a long way to go in this thing. He can bounce back pretty easily from this. Lap 14 of 175, now taking lap 15. Lights are still on the pace car. Drivers look like they're ready to go back green flag race. I'm getting a little antsy here. Ooh, little maybe electrical issue going on underneath the 0-2 machine of Scotty Stevens. Hopefully he gets that sorted out. All right, it's time to re-rack them up. Lights are going to go off on the pace car right here. One lap to green from the flagman. Field going to be in the hands of Adam Thompson once again on this restart in the restart zone. Chris Carroll's going to be starting to his outside once again here with Scotty Stevens still in third. Michael Wood holds on to fourth. Such a long way to the restart zone once the pace car pulls down pit road. All right. Adam Thompson brings him down to the restart zone. He's going to fire him off once again, and we're back underway here at Phoenix. Lap 17 of 175. Who's going to try and gain the positions here on this restart? As you see, everybody fans out once again, going down into turn one. Oh, one car looks like he got up in the wall right there. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was the 87 of Raymond Herdina. As we're almost three wide back here mid-pack. You got AJ Bobbiak, Larry Bell, Chris Spencer, Raymond Herdina, Elliott Drummond on this mix back here. As we go back a little bit further, Tom Friedis kind of running the middle side of the racetrack here. Cutting a dog leg. Larry Bell's going to stay all the way up. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You have to wonder where that guy is next to you. Spotters doing a great job here tonight at Phoenix, letting them know where everybody's at. Everybody's starting to single file out. A little bit of racing going on back here. Brian Zimmerman taking a peek. Looks like on the 18 of Josh Beaver. That looks like Beaver's fighting Ryan Rose here. This is a battle for the 15th position. So we're back up at the front of the field. We got a battle for the race lead. Chris Carroll goes to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to take the lead away from Adam Thompson here. Trying to get those stage points. I see Carroll is running the bottom side of the racetrack. He had him clear there for just a split second. I think if I was Carroll, I would have tried to slide up in front of that 71, take his line away. Looks like he's going to clear him going down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. New race leader, the 97 of Chris Carroll. Michael Wood is starting to make up a little bit of ground as well. He's now taking a peek to the inside of the number 71, but isn't quite there just yet. Little under 20 laps to go here in stage 1. Chris Carroll out to the race lead. Adam Thompson runs second. Michael Wood in third. Jeremy Richmond now up inside the top 5 in the number 98. Tanner Marr holds on to the 5th position in the number 4 car. And Scotty Stevens has fallen back to 6th. So something maybe not agreeing with him with that setup. He's going to have to make some adjustments here on this first round of pit stops. That's Mark Arthur getting a little loose right there coming out of turn number 2. That allows Elliott Drummond to take a peek going into 3 and 4. Drummond to the bottom side of the racetrack. Mark Arthur is going to be in the middle. Give the position right now to Drummond as we go through the dog leg. Side by side, Mark Arthur not really giving it up right here. And that high line, you're going to be able to carry a lot more momentum off of the corner here. Coming out of turn 2. This is a battle for the 7th position. Drummond's going to fall back in line. Mark Arthur's going to hang on to that position. Let's go back up to the front. Chris Carroll has gotten around Adam Thompson a couple laps ago, and he's starting to just pull away out to about a 6/10 lead right now over that 71 car. So Steven Johnson, we know, was involved in that last caution. Currently sits in the 19th position, trying to just gain his time back here tonight. Oh, it looks like he got a little loose there coming out of turn number 4. Now under fire from that 25 car, Logan Lax. Lax running in 20th. So the other driver that was involved in that last caution was the 12 of Samuel Lawson, and he still has that right front damage as he goes underneath the 55 of Clemens. So maybe trying to nurse that car to this stage break and get a little work done on that 12 machine. Yellow flag. So we get a caution on the speedway. I'm not sure. We're going to have to go back and take a look. Mark Arthur getting loose. Oh, Raymond Herdina. I'll have to maybe see if we can't go on board with Herdina there. Ooh, maybe he was thinking Mark was going to kind of come up the track right there. But Mark Arthur bringing out that one, ladies and gentlemen, going around. Coming out of turn number 2. It's going to be our 3rd caution of the evening here at Phoenix. Lap 27 of 175. A little over 10 laps before stage 1 ends. Chris Carroll's holding on to that race lead. A few drivers electing to bring it down pit side. Sam Lawson in the number 12 is one of them. Same with Mark Arthur. Probably some pretty significant damage to that number 26 car in the rear end. Tyler Clemis in the 55 is another driver to bring it down pit side. Chummy Miller brought it down pit road on lap 25. Not showing Chummy out on the racetrack right now. Not sure if they had to take that car back to the garage. Maybe some sort of problem going on underneath the 6 machine. And you got Kyle Clark. Kyle Clark is a couple laps down here in the number 30. Going to get one of those laps back here. Clark currently sitting in 26. And then you have Fabrizio and Jonathan Byram. Those two drivers did not start tonight. And Colton Malone, involved in that first accident, decides to put it on the trailer for the evening. So, we're taking lap 29 here under caution. So it looks like when we go back green flag racing, it's going to be under 10 laps to go in the stage. And these stage points are important, especially for someone like Chris Carroll. He has locked himself into the playoffs with winning last week, but he wants to get those playoff points. That's what he needs here. Same with Adam Thompson. Adam Thompson is he actually had a good race a couple races ago. So let's bring up the points again real quick. Let's take a look. So people we got to keep an eye on are Chris Carroll, Raymond Herdina, Jess Vaught, Adam Thompson, Brian Zimmerman. These are all drivers in the top 5 in points currently right now. But again, a win and you're in type situation. Anything can happen. All right, lights are off on the pace car. Chris Carroll going to be in control of this one. Adam Thompson to his outside. Michael Wood's going to be starting this one in 3rd, with Jeremy Richmond to his outside in 4th. Drummond. There he goes, catching up to the back of Tanner Marr right there. Was leaving a bit of a gap. Chris Carroll's going to lead him slowly down to that restart zone. Be 10 laps to go here for the stage. Carroll fires them off and we're back underway. He got a really good start right there as we go down through the dog leg. They're going to fan out. Look at that. They're 3 wide. Tanner Marr is going to shove the 71 up out of the way. Tanner Marr is going to go up into the outside wall. What will the 71 do? Is he going to retaliate? He looks to the inside of Tanner Marr. Now slices and dices back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Tanner Marr starting to go backwards. We're 3 wide as we go down into turns 3 and 4 once again. I mean, there's just stuff going on everywhere. Steven Johnson trying to make something happen right here. So we take a look at Brian Zimmerman. I mean, cars just all over the place. One going up into the outside wall back there. I'm not sure who that was. Might have been the 18 of Beaver. We're 3 wide down the back straightaway. 8 laps to go here in stage 1. The 87 of Herdina looks to the inside of the 5 car of Nicholas Lamb. Lamb had a good run last week. Currently sitting back there in the 17th position. So we're 3 wide up here going into turn 1 again. Oh, Steven Johnson sends it in, trying to slide job the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. He's going to do it, slide up in front of him. Take that air off of the 28's nose. Just absolute phenomenal racing going on right now as we're going to be 3 wide once again. Raymond Herdina looks to the inside, I believe, of Ryan Rose right there. That's for 14th. Now to the inside of Zimmerman. Herdina on a move. back to the front of the field. It is Chris Carroll running in first. Jeremy Richmond holds on to second. Michael Wood holds on to third right now, lap 35 of 175. So it looks like, is that Drummond? Yeah, Drummond making a move right now. He's up to third already. So maybe saved a little bit of tires here on this earlier run. Now starting to make a move up inside the top three. Michael Wood's gonna go to the bottom side of the racetrack here in 3 and 4. Try and get a nose there. Try and hang on him. He's gonna cut the dog leg. Drummond running an interesting line here in 3 and 4, running all the way up near the wall almost. Chris Spencer seems to have seen that, and here comes Spencer up inside the top 5. Caution flag out on the speedway. Uh-oh. Is that gonna mess with the stage end? Go back and see what happened here. Oh. Don't think that's it. Seen that one. Tom Freitas. Oh, gets into the 51. Oh! Gets into Lindstrom. Take another look at that. So a little bump right there sends him down into the corner. Gets into the 83 of Lindstrom. Lindstrom's gonna back it into the outside wall. Unfortunate for the number 83. Now, he's just been having bad luck these past couple of races, especially after winning a stage last week and then ultimately getting taken out later in the race. Already having problems here tonight at Phoenix. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. Stick around. We will return.
Shut up and sit down.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and this is going to end the stage, ladies and gentlemen. I went and confirmed with race control while we were under commercial there, and Chris Carroll stays out on the racetrack to try and get that stage win. Now, everybody else came in pit already. Now, I think it was one of those situations where he's the leader. Everybody's going to do what he doesn't do, right? So he stays out. Everybody's going to come down pit road. And that's exactly what they did. Raymond Herdina actually stays out. Now, Herdina was one of those drivers to come down pit road on lap 27. Same with Philip Mullinax in the number 88. So these guys playing a little bit of strategy, trying to get some stage points here tonight at Phoenix. We're on lap 40 of 175 as we cross the line now. This is going to end stage 1 officially. Chris Carroll, your stage 1 winner here tonight. As you see, the pace car's lights are going to go off. Now, again, is that going to help or hurt Chris Carroll? He's going to need a quick caution here, especially for staying out on the racetrack. Still has yet to come down pit road. All these other guys behind him already came down pit road, made some adjustments. They're ready to go for stage number 2. Chris Carroll playing a little bit of a different strategy here. Going to be able to fire him off one more time, though, and have that advantage. So, Chris Carroll going to bring him down to the restart zone. Fires him off, and we're back underway. Everybody fans out once again as we go through the dog leg. We're almost 3-4 wide here in the back of the pack. I don't know if that's going to work. One up into the outside wall. Not sure who that was. Trying to get a camera on it here. There we go. We're almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. The stage is over, guys. We're fighting for stage 2 points now. Got a long way to go as stage 2. Let me go ahead and confirm. Stage 2 is going to end on lap 90. So I'd say a little under 50 laps to go here before stage 2 ends. Long way to go. You got to see what that car's going to do in a long run. See what kind of adjustments we got to make here tonight. Sounded like one was in the outside wall behind this pack. Oh, Sam Lawson flips the inside wall. He's going to go all the way up the racetrack. So now that 12 machine has left side damage. Doesn't look like it's all that much, but he definitely clipped. Oh! Who in the world was that? We got Mullinax on pit road. Not sure. Sorry, I'm clicking around a lot, ladies and gentlemen. We're under caution here. Looks like Elliott Drummond and Josh Beaver might have been involved. So we go down here. We're in the dog leg, and oh yeah, Drummond kind of just comes up. Maybe expecting the 18 to be a little bit higher on the racetrack. Take another look at it here. Down through the dog leg. I mean, we're kind of expecting it to happen at least once, right, ladies and gentlemen? We know. It is hard to tell where these guys are at when they're going all the way down to that inside wall. So we'll go back live here. I still don't know what happened with Sam Lawson right there. Somebody behind him, I think it was that 58 car of Ryan Rose. I mean, he locked it up big time going into 1 and 2 right there. As this is exactly what Chris Carroll wanted to see. Now Chris Carroll able to bring it down pit side for the first time this evening. He's going to be able to go a lot longer than these guys now on fuel. So the strategy is kind of playing into this 97 car's favor right now. Chris Carroll's going to get tires here. Raymond Herdina is actually going to take over the race lead with Brian Zimmerman in second and Tanner Marr in third. J.R. Schomburg up 16 spots, was involved in one of those earlier accidents. He's fought his way up inside the top 5. The last pit on lap 37. It's a good run out of the 13 of J.R. And Tom Freitas has found his way up inside the top 10. Actually sits there in 5th currently. Tom's up 12 positions since the start of this race. So we still got a little over 40 laps to go before stage 2 is complete here, and we run it out for 85 laps to the end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the lights are off on the pace car. Raymond Herdina is going to be leading them down to the restart zone with Brian Zimmerman to his outside and Tanner Martin third, J.R. Schomburg fourth. Tom Freitas rounds out the top 5. Larry Bell also back up inside the top 10, sits there in 6th, and Dustin Lamb back there in 7th. Out of turn number 4 in the restart zone we go, and green flag back out in the air. Gonna be 41 laps to go here before we end stage number 2. They're gonna fan out one more time down through the dog leg, go barreling down into turns 1 and 2. It's gonna be side by side back here for the 5th position on back. Dustin Lamb holds on to 7th back here as Adam Thompson's trying to make his way back up to the field after getting stuck back there a little bit earlier. Lindstrom also doing a really good job trying to fight his way back up to the field. Lindstrom was involved in one of those earlier accidents and is now sitting up inside the top 10. Lap 51 of 175. Go back a little bit further. We'll take a look at the 12 car of Sam Lawson. He's got Tyler Clemens to his outside down the back straightaway, one wiggling behind him. I believe that was Josh Beaver in the 18, as Steven Johnson's trying to find a way around. I believe that's the 58 of Ryan Rose and the 25 of Logan Lax. Almost 3 wide as you see Chris Carroll also back in this mix. Now Carroll, he came in pit under that caution, ladies and gentlemen, went all the way to the back of the field. Now has his work cut out for him as he has to fight his way back up through this pack of cars while also maintaining his tires. He's gonna look 3 wide here on Ryan Rose. Almost a little contact there between him and the 25. Still side by side down through the dog leg. Lap 53 of 175 here tonight at Phoenix. And oh, Steven Johnson's gonna slide up the track a little bit. Make contact. I'm not sure who that was that he made contact with. I think it was the 21 of Spencer. They keep it straight though. Good job on those guys. Johnson goes to the top side of the racetrack, trying to follow that 25 car right now. So let's go back up to the front of the field. It's still the 87 car of Raymond Herdina leading the way, but he is under fire from the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Zimmerman gonna go to the bottom side of the racetrack here through the dog leg. make his move here into 1 and 2. Can't slide up in front of the 87. 87 is going to have the momentum here on the high side coming out of turn number 2. This battle is allowing the 4 of Tanner Marr to catch up to them, though, and Tanner Marr is trying to get his hat in the mix, fighting for the lead. Zimmerman, again, to the bottom side of the racetrack into 3 and 4. Going to push up just a little bit. Almost knock that 87 out of the way, but give the race lead to the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Now, Tanner Marr looks to the inside of Herdina going down the backstretch. Herdina's going to cut back down in front of him. Now, Tanner was one of those drivers that I was talking to at the beginning of the race, or before the race, and he was saying that when you get behind another driver here, this car just wants to push tight into the outside wall. So I know he is not liking it that 87's right in front of him like that. Tanner's going to probably have to jump up to the high lane, get some fresh air on the nose of that race car. Brian Zimmerman, still your race leader, coming to take lap 58 of 175 here tonight. Still a long way to go. Little over 30 laps before we end stage number 2. Herdina cuts the dog leg there. Tanner Marr is going to follow him, but Adam Thompson is starting to fight back, running the middle side of the racetrack, kind of running a little bit of a different line than these guys in front of him, and it seems to be working, starting to run down that 4 car of Tanner Marr. Tom Freitas is quietly back there hanging on to the 5th position with Larry Bell. Right behind him in 6th is Jeremy Richmond. Looks to the top side of Larry Bell but can't quite get there. Chris Carroll has made his way from the back of the field already up into the 8th position. Ooh, Herdina jumping out of line right there. I think he was jumping out to let the 71 of Thompson go by. Knows he's a little bit quicker now. Under fire from the 32 of Tom Freitas going through the dog leg. So we're almost 3 wide back here for the 6th position. Larry Bell is in 6th. Chris Carroll to the outside of Jeremy Richmond here. That's 7th and 8th. Almost contact there between the 98 and the 87. The 98 had a really good run there through turns 1 and 2 and was able to get a nose underneath the 87 and snag that position away. So now put Jeremy Richmond up to 7th. As we go back up to the front of the field, Brian Zimmerman still leads the way, lap 62 of 175. Adam Thompson has gotten around the 4 car of Tanner Marr, now has the sights set on the 28. Now, that 71 car has looked good since the green flag has dropped. Starting to get on a little bit of a long run here. We're going to have to see if that car is set up for the long run. So Tanner Marr kind of falling back a little bit off of that 71 car right now. We go back to 4th place. Chris Carroll has gotten around Tom Freitas, so now Chris Carroll up inside the top 5. Tom holds on to 5th as Jeremy Richmond holds on to 6th. Let's go back to 10th place. Elliott Drummond, we saw him get involved into an accident, him in the 18 car a couple cautions ago. He's sitting in 10th now, so a good bounce back for the number 33. We still have 1 guaranteed caution coming out yet. Looks like Lindstrom and Herdina are battling back here for the 8th and 9th position, and Drummond's trying to find a way around both of them. And I think those tires are starting to show on that 87 car because he last pit on lap 27. Everybody else has 10 lap fresher tires. And you see him just starting to go backwards. Ooh, Drummond getting into the outside wall here as we go down the back straightaway. Hopefully that doesn't affect the race car all that much. Goes all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to work his way around Chris Spencer and Carl Lindstrom here, get himself up inside the top 10. Up to the front of the field, Adam Thompson found his way around Brian Zimmerman. Now, your race leader, but Chris Carroll starting to push forward. Chris Carroll now in second. Five Kings holding on to second, third, and fourth right now. Tom Friedis back there for Front Row Esports, holding on to fifth. And now we're starting to really see, ladies and gentlemen, who has these long run race cars. Now, Chris Carroll does have the freshest tires out of the bunch. Adam Thompson, last pit on lap 39. Chris Carroll pit on 46. It's almost 10 lap fresher tires than the race leader, and he is making them work right now. Lap 67 and 175 coming to take lap 68. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in here on a Friday night to True Sim Productions. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Still a long way to go here at Phoenix. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to cut it short right there. We are under caution once again here. Not sure what happened. We're going to go back and see if we can't see what happened here. The 13 getting out of shape. Almost keeps it out of the outside wall. Doesn't look like it's going to hurt him all that much, but definitely some damage to J.R. Schomburg here. So we're back under the yellow flag. Yeah, immediately bringing it down pit road. He's going to get some work done on that number 13 car. Unfortunate for the number 13 of J.R. Schomburg. Chris Carroll still holds on to the race lead, though, ladies and gentlemen. Tanner Martin now second. I believe that, yeah, the 71 of Adam Thompson. Unscheduled pit stop, bringing it down pit side. Taking tires as well here. I don't know if that's a little early. Again, different strategy. Maybe trying to play Carroll's hand here. Trying to get on the same tire strat as Chris Carroll. 97 was running down the 71 on that green flag run we had right there. So, anything can happen. So I'm going down through timing and scoring. We did have a few drivers actually bring it down pit side. That'd be the 71 of Adam Thompson, the 12 of Sam Lawson, 87 of Raymond Herdina, Michael Wood, and the 99, the 83 of Carl Lindstrom, the 1 of Steven Johnson, Nicholas Lamb, Logan Lax, and Mark Arthur. Or no, I'm sorry, Logan Lax. Mark Arthur actually getting back on the lead lap, that number 26 machine. But Logan Lax, one of the last drivers bringing down pit side here on lap 71. So, strategy being played here at Phoenix. Chris Carroll, your race leader. Teammate Tanner Mardu is outside. And they also have Brian Zimmerman back there in fourth with Tom Freitas holding on to third. So into turns 3 and 4 we go once again. Chris Carroll's going to fire him off. Coming to take a lap. 75. It's going to be 100 laps to go. Tom Freitas is going to go around. The caution flag going to immediately come back out. Tom going around on the restart. Let's go back and see what happened. Oh, not sure what happened here. Let's see if we can't go on board here with the 32 of Tom Freitas. Oh, it sounds like he might have clipped that apron a little bit, maybe spun the tires. Problems for the number 32. Going to go all the way to the back of the field now. Chris Carroll has the engine shut off. Looks like he's waiting for the pace car. So I'm wondering if maybe there might be some transmission issues going on in that 32 machine. Maybe not, though. Could have just lit the rear tires up, trying to get going. So this is allowing Mark Arthur to bring it down pit side. Now Mark back on the lead lap, able to start making up some ground again. Lap 76 of 175. Still a long way to go. Long way to go, but only about, say, 15 laps till we end stage number 2 here. And it looks like Chris Carroll is going to try and win both of them. Maybe try and sweep today. That 97 looks fast out there, but I tell you what, that 71 has made his way through the field a couple of times so far. We're going to have to keep an eye on him all night long. I think we're going to see that 71 take him a win here tonight. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time. Going to be about 11 laps to go here before we end stage number 2. Chris Carroll going to lead him down to the restart zone one more time here with teammate Tanner Martin, who is outside. We're back to green. See the 5 Kings, guys. They all got a good restart right there as we fan out one more time. Down through the dog leg and into turns 1 and 2. Almost 3 wide back here in the middle of the pack. Scotty Stevens trying to fight his way back up through the field here. Sitting in the 9th position on the high side right now under fire from Dustin Lamb in the number 10 car. Ooh, the 55 looks like he got out of shape just a little bit. He's getting put in the middle of the racetrack right now, trying to find a line to kind of slot back up into, get back into his rhythm. Mark Arthur now takes a peek to the inside. Clemens almost touching the outside wall right there as we go into 1 and 2 once again. Sam Watkins, Maxwell coming out of turn 2. We're 3 wide going into 3 and 4. Tom Friedis to the bottom side of the racetrack. Clemens is going to slide up in front of the 12 car. Him and the 83 door coming out of turn number 4. This is crazy racing going on in the back here. Oh, problems going on up in the front here. Who was that? Mike Wood, Josh Beaver making contact. Checking everybody out. A lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to capture it all for you here. We're 3 wide. Mark Arthur in the middle. Going through the dog leg. They're going to sort it out. He's got Beaver to his inside. So it looks like they're kind of sorting everything out back here. Let's go back up front. Chris Carroll, still your race leader, lap 83 of 175. How about Steven Johnson, last pit on 71? He was one of those drivers to take tires. He has made his way back up through the field and is in 2nd position, running down race leader Chris Carroll. Trying to get those stage points. Points are going to matter here. We're only 4 races into this season, ladies and gentlemen, but every point matters, as we know. Johnson to the outside of Chris Carroll into turn 1. Looking for the race lead. And with them fresh tires, he's able to get around Chris Carroll. Carroll again, last pit on lap 46. Wondering if he's able to make it on fuel or if he's going to have to start saving. Adam Thompson is another one of those drivers to pit on lap 71. Now taking a peek to the inside of Chris Carroll, trying to take over that 2nd position. He's going to do it going out into turn 1 here, I believe, but Carroll's going to try and fight his hardest on the outside. Just does not have the grip like the 71 does, and we're going to be under caution once again. Not sure what happened here. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Chummy Miller in the 55 of Clemens, I believe, getting into it here. We're going to back it up a little bit and watch it. Trying to get the hang of this thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So we are coming out of turn number 4. Everybody's going to be arcing. But you see the 55 tries to come up, maybe side draft the 6 just a little bit. 6 was maybe starting to turn down going into the dog leg right there, but kind of hard to tell from that angle. Take a look at it one more time here. We'll watch it in full speed. And then they just make contact. Unfortunately, the 6 of Chummy Miller is going to go around and nose the inside wall. Doesn't look like it gave him a lot of damage to that 6 machine, but damage nonetheless here at Phoenix. Could hurt him just a little bit. And it also made him fall all the way back down to, well, he's in 25th right now. And Chummy Miller just having a rough night, ladies and gentlemen. But that did give the race lead over to Steven Johnson. And here's the thing. this is going to change up a lot of stuff with what you're going to do with points. Chris Carroll, last pit on lap 46, was kind of hoping for the caution to come out or at the stage, right? So he can come down pit road with everybody else. But now, do you come down pit road? Do you stay out? It's going to matter. We're going to, whatever happens under caution here, the stage points are going to count. So if we come around and we're going to take the green flag, I'm not sure. We're going to have to wait and see what race control says. But I believe this is going to count for our stage 2 caution. So I'd like to pull a driver up and talk to him, ladies and gentlemen, but I guarantee these guys are talking strategy right now. I don't want to bother them. A lot of these guys probably wondering, all right, what do we do here? Are we going to come down and pit now? Because I don't think we're going to be getting a caution for stage 2 now. So everybody's just trying to figure out a new game plan going forward here. We're going to have 85 laps roundabout to finish this one off here tonight. All right, getting ready to go back green flag racing. Now, is race control going to extend the yellow, or are they just going to let him go? We're going to find out. I have not gotten word from race control. Pace car is going to come on down pit road. Steven Johnson, your race leader. Adam Thompson is in second. Chris Carroll third, and Raymond Herdina in fourth. Down into the restart zone. Oh my goodness. What in the world happened here? The green flag is out. No caution. I don't even know what to say. Steven Johnson. I don't even know. Caution flag out on the speedway once again. I think to really understand what happened, we got to get an eyeball on that one car of Steven Johnson. So let's see what happens here. Oh, okay. Well, this is something I've seen before personally, ladies and gentlemen. This has happened to me. Electrical issues for the 87. Didn't like the contact with the 71, which got him out of shape. Pushed him down to the 1. Now, the real question is who got the stage win? I would imagine it was Steven Johnson. Chris Carroll, your race leader right now. Chris Carroll has damage. Can we go back and maybe see? Let's see. You know. Okay, so timing and scoring me is showing that a couple of drivers here, Chris Spencer included, they got black flags. Now, what that is it's iRacing saying that they passed before the start-finish line, right? But there was an accident. They kind of had no choice on that one. Ryan Rose and Larry Bell are trying to get through this as well. They got a little bit of contact. Everybody trying to sort it out. I mean, a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. That restart was just chaotic, to say the least. All right, so we take a look at the 97, a little bit of right front damage there. Tom Freitas back there in third. Elliott Drummond holds on to second. Tanner Marr in fourth. Again, the one that really got the worst end of that deal, I think, was the one of Steven Johnson, and maybe even the 71 of Adam Thompson. Because Thompson, he came down pit road here on lap 91, got feel lonely. Sitting back there in 12th. Has a clean race car. I don't think it hurt him all that much, but it's definitely not what some of these guys up near the front wanted to see. I don't think Steven Johnson needed to take a quick repair on that one. I think he might still have it in the back pocket. Race car still looks okay. Not a whole lot of damage to it. He's going to have to work his way back to the field, though. Not something that he wants to do. As we're double file once again here, going to be coming to take a lap 95. Chris Carroll, your race leader, going to be in control. Out of turn 4 in the restart zone, we're back under green. So Carroll got a good restart right there. Drummond follows. Getting everybody fanned out back through the dog leg. They're only double file now. Looks like everybody might have calmed down a little bit. Still a long way to go. Long time to make up those positions. Oh, looks like we're almost 4 wide up here near the front. I don't know who this was up here. I couldn't see him. Caught it out of the corner of the camera. Looks like the 98, the 58, maybe the 83. Everybody fans out once again as we go down through the dog leg, lap 97 of 175. There's battles going on all over the racetrack right now. Tom Freitas looking to get around Chris Carroll in the 97. Now all these guys have pit before Carroll has. Freitas, last pit on lap number 86. He did take tires, so getting around Carroll with ease. Carroll's starting to go backwards. I don't know if that damage is hurting that 97 car or if the tires are hurting them, or which one's hurting them worse right now. So that gives the race lead over to Elliott Drummond in the number 33. Scotty Stephen holds on to second position right now with Michael Wood right behind him in third. And Tom Freitas runs in fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do something cool here tonight. Why don't we crank it up? I do love those crank it up cameras, ladies and gentlemen. They are awesome, especially here at Phoenix. Lap 105 of 175 complete here tonight at Phoenix so far. Drivers going through the dog leg. Once again, we're taking a look at the 98 of Jeremy Richmond back there in 9th position. Now Richmond has been trying to fight his way back up through the field. He's got Larry Bell right behind him and Adam Thompson right in front of him. Ooh, one car out of shape back there. That is the 58 of Ryan Rose. Getting loose, coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. That allows Samuel Lawson, the governor, to get around him, and now Lawson up inside the top 15. Trying to run down the number 26 of Mark Arthur and move his way further up through the field. Everybody pretty much has single filed out right now. Elliott Drummond, still your race leader. Now, when we were on board there for a second, I'm pretty sure we heard a couple of those drivers shifting. Remember, 5 gears in this next gen Cup car. We'll actually go ahead and go on board here with Elliott Drummond for a whole lap. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, a lap around Phoenix. You hear him shifting. I mean, he's barely getting into 5th gear going into turn 1. Shifting about, I don't know, mid-corner, I'd say, picking up the throttle. I mean, really smooth around here for this number 33 car. So Scotty Stevens back here, he's kind of running a little bit of a different line than that 33 is. If we're comparing lap times, last time by, Tanner Marr was actually on par with that 33 car. Tanner Marr ran the same exact lap time, a 28.44 to race leader. So Tanner Marr on pace with the leader right now as Scotty Stevens starts to fall back. Now these top 3 last pit on lap 86. Michael Wood is a driver who last pit on 71. So Wood is playing some strategy here right now. He's going to be one of the first drivers to pit. If this thing continue to go green flag. Then you go back, you got Adam Thompson getting around Tom Freitas right now. Freitas pit on 86, Thompson on 91. And again, a lot of the other drivers behind them pit on either 91 or 86, except for 11th place, that's Raymond Herdina. So gap to Tanner Marr right now is about 2 seconds from race leader Elliott Drummond. Lap 113 of 175. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaw.
Back live here on True Sim Productions. Elliott Drummond, still your race leader. Lap 122 of 175 here at Phoenix. And something I've noticed while we're under commercial break there is that these guys are really having to stay out of the throttle through the center of the corner, really trying to preserve that right front tire. Not only that, but the right rear tire as well. Maybe trying to save a little fuel. Maybe they think they can go only one more stop here. As we take a look at timing and scoring right now, it is Elliott Drummond out in the lead currently. Tanner Mark running in second as caution flag out on the speedway. I'm sitting here talking about strategy, and now that's going to change everything. Looks like maybe the number 30, Steven Johnson, and the number 1 might have been involved. Let's go back, take a look. Ooh, Dustin Lamb getting into the 1 car there, it looks like. Let's go back and see that. Might have to even go back just a little bit further. Looks like he might have come off 4, gets down on the apron there, gets loose, comes back up the track, and I mean, heck of a job by Steven Johnson. I mean, on board with him here. Great job saving that race car by the number 1 of Steven Johnson, man. Great job. So that's going to put us under caution. A lot of drivers on pit road. Adam Thompson's one of them. Dustin Lamb, Tyler Clemens stay out on the racetrack. Strategy being played by the 55 and the number 10. Everybody else on pit road. Who's going to be one of the first to come off? Looks like it's going to be Elliott Drummond, followed by that number 21 of Chris Spencer and the 71 of Adam Thompson. Tanner Marr loses a couple spots on pit road. Everybody taking tires here. We only got about 50 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Not a long way. We were hearing drivers say it's tough to pass, so Clemis, he stays out. Dustin Lamb decides to bring the 10 machine on pit road, but Clemis is going to stay out here. So strategy being played by the number 55. Track position. Is this going to work out for him in his favor? Can he keep that 55 car out on track long enough to maybe get another quick yellow, bring it down, have fresher tires than everybody else? All right, so Clemis now dropping to the rear of the field. Not sure what's going on with the 55. Was shown as the race leader. Now goes back to the back of the pack. And not sure what's going on with the 55. Maybe issues? Not sure. Lights are off on the pace car. Field going to be in the hands of Elliott Drummond this time by. He's got the 71 of Adam Thompson to his outside and Chris Spencer right behind him there in third. Into the restart zone we go. Elliott Drummond fires them off, and we're back underway here with 49 laps to go. Field fans out again, going into 1 and 2. Drummond, good restart. Adam Thompson along with them. Thompson looks like he's got some good momentum in this 71. Out of turn 4, we're going to be under caution. Maybe the 88 here, and looks like the number 30 car. Philip Molinax in the 88. Let's go back, take a look. Oh yeah, the 30 and the 88 make contact. Yeah, just going down into 3 and 4. They make contact. Not sure who moved up or who came down right there. Looked like the 88 might have moved down a little bit more than the 30. Not quite sure. But that's going to put us under caution here again tonight at Phoenix, lap 129 of 175. Elliott Drummond still your race leader. Adam Thompson holds on to second. Third place is Chris Spencer. Fourth, Tanner Marr. Jeremy Richmond rounds out your top 5. So things are going to start to heat up here, ladies and gentlemen. We're under 50 laps to go. Everybody wants to get that win and lock themselves into the playoffs. Question is, can anybody compete with this 33 machine? He's gotten out into some clean air. He's led quite a few laps. Now, Chris Carroll has also led a few laps as well here tonight. Same with the 71 of Adam Thompson. But right now, Thompson's sitting in second. But to find Chris Carroll, we got to go all the way back to 15th position. So Carroll has his word cut out for him. He's going to have to make his way back up to the field once again to battle for this win here tonight. Someone we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight is that number 26 car of Mark Arthur. Arthur now back up inside the top 10. He's been as low as a lap or two down here tonight at Phoenix. Doing a good job out here, making his way up towards the front. Brian Zimmerman as well has fallen back, but is bounced back up inside the top 10. Same with the number 99 of Michael Wood, who rounds out our top 10 right now. And Steven Johnson has been involved in a couple of incidents tonight, not on his own doing. Sitting there in 11th, so great bounce back by a lot of these guys here tonight. Not an easy track to pass at. All right, so the field is going to double back up. We're going to fire him off again. Elliott Drummond's going to be in control with Adam Thompson to his outside. Out of turn 4 into the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. 43 laps to go. Drummond gets a good launch. Adam Thompson, I don't think got the restart he wanted. Now under fire from the 21 of Chris Spencer. And again, just like last week, ladies and gentlemen, here comes that 21 car of Chris Spencer. Everybody fighting hard for position back here as we go down the back straightaway once again, almost 3 wide back here. Steven Johnson, Brian Zimmerman, Mike Wood, all these guys back here battling really hard for position. As you see, Zimmerman having to get out of the gas to stay off the back bumper of that 26 car of Mark Arthur. 3 wide down into 1 and 2. Zimmerman's gonna back out of it, man, and that was close. Steven Johnson threaded a needle right there and made it work. Put Steven Johnson up to 8th. Great racing right now. Adam Thompson got around Elliott Drummond for the race lead. Now we saw this 33 car sort of come to life once it gets about 10 laps on them tires. There's still 41 laps to go. That 71 car is really good on a short run. Can that 33 run him down before this thing is over? As you see, the 71 of Adam Thompson is starting to pull away. Gap out to about 0.4 of a second right now. Let's go back to 4th place, Jeremy Richmond in the number 98, going into turns 1 and 2 on the bottom side of the racetrack right now. Kind of following that number 21 around. He's got Scotty Stevens right behind him, but not a whole lot of pressure right now. Kind of just in his rhythm right now. Still 40 laps to go. Going to be 39 this time by. Now has a mirror full of Scotty Stevens. As we go down through the dog leg, once again, they're going to be side by side going into turns 1 and 2. Scotty Stevens to the bottom side of the racetrack. The 98 is going to pinch him down here. Try and hold on to that position. Tanner Mark. He was fast on those later runs. He was running identical times to the leader. Started to fall off a little bit as the run went on. Let's see if he's made some changes in that number 4 machine to make it work later on in the race. 38 laps to go. So Chris Carroll, he was 15th on that last restart. Now gets around Steven Johnson for the 7th position. Now looking to the inside of Tanner Marr down the back straightaway. Not going to make a move just yet. Takes a peek. Tanner's going to go to the top side trying to get around Scotty Stevens. And that's a battle for our 5th position. Two by two back here through the field. They're going around a lap car right there, the number 30, I believe. It is the number 30 of Kyle Clark. Left front damage to the number 30 Toyota Camry. Trying to let the field go by right now. Let's go back up to the front of the field. Adam Thompson not really pulling on Elliott. Elliott's starting to reel him back in. Now gap under 0.3 of a second. So we cross the line with 35 laps to go. So Scotty Stevens managed to hold off Tanner Marr and Jeremy Richmond. Stevens holds on to that 4th position with Richmond right behind him in 5th. Chris Spencer is going to look to the inside of Drummond here going down through the dog leg. I don't think he has enough momentum to really get the nose there to make something happen just yet. And I tell you what, that 0-2 car looks like it's starting to come to life here with 34 laps to go. Chris Carroll just got around his teammate Tanner Marr. That was for the 6th position. Scotty Stevens trying to follow suit. I tell you what, or I'm sorry, that's Steven Johnson, not Scotty Stevens. Whew. Oh, they'll never let me live that one down. Steven Johnson looks to the outside of Tanner Marr. And again, this is what we're going to see most of the night, trying to make a pass, everybody. You got to get clean air to the front of that race car to be able to make a pass. Everybody, again, thank you for tuning in to True Sim Productions here on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. Tomorrow night, be sure to tune in same time because Front Row is going to get dirty as we're heading to Sarver, Pennsylvania in Lernerville for our street stocks and big block modifieds. .32 laps to go. Adam Thompson, your race leader. Elliott Drummond runs 2nd with Chris Spencer in 3rd. See everybody out in chat. Kelsey, see out there saying you can't count out Carroll, and you know what? You're not wrong there, right? Carroll's already up in the 6th position, now trying to work his way around Jeremy Richmond for a top 5. C42 Racing out there. I know that's the wild man going for Tanner. Tanner's right behind his teammate Chris Carroll, running in the 7th position. So top 10 right now for Tanner Marr. Steve Tucker out there, everybody. How's it going, Steve? Thank you for tuning in. And that's actually a camera angle while we were under that one commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. I was watching these guys go around. Remember I said a lot of time off the throttle. They're having to wait till almost the center of the corner to get back onto the throttle here at Phoenix. You just hear how bogged down that engine gets. So the gap now is about a half a second. Drummond's starting to reel him back in a little bit. Now remember, we said the 33 car, later in a run, that car does start to come alive. Not only that, but that 21 of Chris Spencer, you cannot count out that 21 car. Quiet all race once again, sitting there in 3rd. So 27 laps to go here. Phoenix battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Last time by, the top two pretty much ran identical lap times, but the 21 of Chris Spencer was the fastest out of the top three at 28.49, compared to the race leader, 28.55. So I think that 21 car has found something, starting to close that gap. 26 laps to go, though. I don't know. Is he going to have enough time? He's going to have to work his way around that 33 car and then get up to the 71. And how much of a fight is Drummond going to put up here? To take a race win and lock yourself into the playoffs, I imagine he's going to put up a good fight. 25 laps to go here in Phoenix. Chris Carroll looking to the inside of Jeremy Richmond. This is for the 4th position. Scotty Stevens looks like he lost a little bit of ground there when we were watching the race lead. He has fallen back to 6th. But Chris Carroll is on the move. Last time by, Adam Thompson was the fastest out of the top three at 28.68. Compared to Elliott Drummond's 28.74 and Spencer's 28.73. Carroll is getting stuck here behind Richmond, it looks like, trying to find a way around. And I'm telling you, man, he's going to have to go up to the top side of the racetrack to get around him. He's going to have to get clean air to the front end of this race car. Sends it down into the corner. He does get a good run on entry, but the 98 gets a better exit. So into turns 3 and 4, 71 of Adam Thompson still leads the way. So going to be 22 laps to go right here. All about being consistent right now, being smooth. So all these drivers last pit on lap 124. Not sure if they're going to have to stop again. I don't think so. I think they're going to be good to go till the end. So there's a lot of guys back here. You got Chris Carroll. He's about 4 seconds off our race leader. He's still stuck behind Jeremy Richmond right there. Richmond doing a good job holding on to that 4th position right now, trying to run down the 21 of Chris Spencer. I'm still trying to watch timing and scoring. Adam Thompson, still the fastest car on the track right now. Last lap, 28.87. Out of turn 4, it's going to be 18 laps to go for the 71 of Adam Thompson. Now a gap of almost 1.3 seconds. So it looks like the closest battle we got on track right now is Larry Bell getting around Scotty Stevens here. And Stevens starting to go backwards as he's under fire from Carl Lindstrom. This is a battle for 8th. It's allowing Mark Arthur. Mark is now back up inside the top 10. Mark is looking to the inside of the 83 of Carl Lindstrom. Down into turns 1 and 2. So Steven Johnson has actually fell back a little bit. He's now back to 15th. 16 laps to go. I'm not sure if these guys are going to have to pit one more time or not. With 16 laps to go, that is a long way, everybody. That's 16 miles they're going to do around here. Anything can happen. Caution could come out and change everything. But so far, so good for Adam Thompson in the 71. As I said, everybody, you hear them through the center of the corner. Those RPMs are really bogging down when they get on this long run. 14 laps to go here at Phoenix. For the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series, everybody, who do you got your money on? Let me know now. As you see, Elliott Drummond starting to change up his line a little bit there in 1 and 2. A little bit of smoke coming out of turn 2. Looks like maybe somebody might have locked up the brakes coming onto pit road. And that is the real question, everybody. I am not sure if these guys can make it. It's going to be close. So there's the gap from first to second, and you see the gap from second to third. Adam Thompson starting to pull away. He's running really good lap times right now. Last lap was a 29.04 to Drummond's 29.61. That time the times were a little bit closer, but Thompson was still a little bit faster. And I'm not seeing anybody else come down pit road, maybe try and short pit these guys. So I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say they can make it to the end. With 11 laps to go, it's all Adam Thompson right now, 2.4 second lead over Elliott Drummond. And then it's almost 5.5 back to third place, Chris Spencer. Ten laps to go for the number 71 of Adam Thompson. 10 more clean times around this racetrack, and he'll be a winner and lock himself into the playoffs. I do want to check one thing here. Okay, that's what I thought. Elliott Drummond took home the win at Daytona, and Adam Thompson actually did win Auto Club. So all he's going to be doing here is giving himself some good points. Moving into Atlanta. By the way, next week, ladies and gentlemen, New Atlanta, we're going back to super speedway racing, but at a 1.5 mile racetrack. So tune in next week for Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. So Thompson is looking for race win number 2 of the season with 7 laps to go this time by. Making his way around lap traffic. That's the 25 of Logan Lax. Now getting around the 88 of Philip Molinax. Or Molinax, I'm sorry. Sorry, Philip. We were talking about it before the race. That's why I got confused. Showing last car on the lead lap right now is Steven Johnson in the 15th position. First car 1 lap down is Samuel Lawson in the number 12. That's the Governor, 16th position, 1 lap down. Back up to the front, 3.5 second lead over second place. Out of turn number 4, 5 fingers in the air. It's going to be 5 laps to go for Adam Thompson. Clear racetrack behind them. Couple of lap cars in between them. Drummond's going to have to get around him. With 5 laps to go, almost a 4-second gap, I don't think he's going to be able to run him down. Four laps to go this time by. Across the line, it's going to be 3 laps to go for Adam Thompson. He's ran a pretty good race thus far. He's pulled out to a 4.3 second gap over second place Elliott Drummond. And caution out on the speedway. Oh my goodness. This changes everything. Not sure what happened here. Oh, the 5. Steven Johnson involved, Sam Lawson heavily involved. What was that? The 5 of Nicholas Lamb. Oh, what is the 30 doing? That is the 30 of Kyle Clark. I mean, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know what, let's go into cockpit view. I have no words. I have 0 words for that. We're gonna let the chat decide what went on there, because I got no idea. And pit road is a busy place. Adam Thompson in, Spencer, all these guys. This is gonna be a green, white, checkered scenario. Showing me Mark Arthur, the race leader, Scotty Stevens second, Tanner Marr third. These guys stay out on track. So, if your pick was Adam Thompson to win there with 5 laps to go, I'd say you were right. And with 3 laps to go, we get a caution. Now we're going to go into front row overtime. And a few of these drivers are electing to stay out. And I tell you what, when you're in a green, white, checkered scenario, you got to go for it. Not the caution Adam Thompson wanted nor needed. Oh, man. Got my word cut out for me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into overtime. This is going to be the wildest restart we've had all night long. You thought everybody was cutting the dog leg before. You ain't seen nothing yet. I think we're going to see cars all over the place and possibly even entering on the apron going into turn 1. Everybody going to be trying to get their first win here, lock themselves into the playoffs. All right, the lights are going to go off on the pace car. Field in the hands of the 26 of Mark Arthur. Scotty Stevens is going to be starting in second with Tanner Marr in third. Adam Thompson back there in fourth, though he is on fresh tires. Oh, man. All right, pace cars down pit road, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Who do you got? Green, white, checkered. Mark Arthur's going to lead him down. Into 3 and 4. Down into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Good jump for the 26 of Mark Arthur. He's going to cut the dog leg. So is everybody else. As we're almost 4 wide going into turn number 1. Contact to Scotty Stevens. 98 looking to the inside of the 71 right now down the back straightaway. Chris Carroll's going to take a peek. Tanner Marr's going to go around. Caution flag back out on the speedway. Who was in front of who? Right now, timing and scoring says Chris Carroll was ahead of Mark Arthur. Now it's showing Mark Arthur, the race leader. Let's go back and see what happened there. I believe that was Tanner Marr involved. Who just gets a little loose coming off the corner. And that's just a product of racing hard. Green, white, checkered, you're on older tires, trying to get every position you can. Just get a little loose. And that's the product of it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate for the number 4 and the 99 of Michael Wood, who was also involved. So Mark is going to get another chance at this. But I tell you what, those guys on them fresher tires, they were coming. I believe that was the 12 of Sam Lawson getting one of his laps back here. Tanner Marr still sitting on pit road. Looks like he's got that thing fixed up a little bit. Number 4 machine going to come back out on track. Tanner currently in 15th after that. As I said, Mark Arthur still your race leader. Just waiting to get these guys lined back up and try one more time here to green, white, checkered. I believe we get 3 attempts at this. All right, lights are off on the pace car. Another front row esports, green, white, checkered. Who's your money on here? I'd say somebody with fresher tires, especially here at Phoenix, but Mark did a pretty good job holding his own. He's actually going to have a good restart too. He's gonna be able to fire off in the restart zone, get a jump, try and get a jump out in front of him, maybe hold these guys off. Irregardless, Mark Arthur gonna make these boys work for it here tonight. Coming out of turn number 4, or I'm sorry, turn 2. Wow, first time I confused that all night. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Field in the hands of Mark Arthur on this restart. Into 3 and 4, down into the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air. The 71 got a good jump there. Chris Carroll's gonna have to hold on to second though on that top lane. Everybody fans out. We go back down into 1 and 2. Almost 4 wide back there. Battle for second. Can Mark hold on? The 71 gets loose. He's gonna make contact with Chris Carroll. Chris Carroll has a run down the back straightaway. The 71 goes around. Caution flag out on the speedway. We're gonna have to do it one more time. Everybody racing for every bit of every position they can, trying to win this thing here on a green-white checkered. Under caution one more time. Let's go back and take a look at it. Looks like the 97 kind of came down on the 71 right there a little bit. Go back and see if we can't see what else happened here. Trying to find the 71. So it looks like he kind of might not have known he was 3 wide there. Zimmerman involved, Drumman involved. Oh, the 71 rolling back up the track and Tanner Marr getting a piece of that. See if we can't go on board with Tanner Marr. So he sees the smoke, starts to check up, boom. And I know, if I know Tanner, I know he's not happy right now. So we're gonna take a really quick commercial break. We'll be right back, everybody.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, we're back live here on True Sim Productions, getting ready to go 1 to green here. As you can see, the drivers are ready for it. They want to get this thing finished up. I know Mark Arthur definitely wants to see a caution here and hang on to this race lead, because I believe this is our last attempt at a green-white checkered finish. All right, pace car's gonna head down pit road. Mark Arthur needs the restart of a lifetime right here. How about Steven Johnson back up there in the top 5? He can make something happen. Same with Michael Wood, Chris Spencer, all these guys. Anybody can win this thing right now. Out of turn 4, into the restart zone we go. Green flag is back out in the air. Another good restart for the 26. Oh, I see a bunch of guys changing lanes before the start-finish line. Down into 1 and 2. Chris Carroll on the outside of Mark Arthur. This is a battle for the race lead right now. Remember, Mark Arthur is on older tires. He's going to get turned into the outside wall. The caution flag comes out. And that's it. That's going to do it. Final lap. Chris Carroll is going to pick up the pace car and win tonight with Steven Johnson coming in second. Let's go back and see if we can't see what happened to Mark Arthur there. I mean, the 98 just kind of comes off the wall right there and hooks him. It's like they both get a little loose maybe. I don't know. Mark kind of comes up a little bit as well. Kind of hard to tell. Everybody trying to avoid him. But unfortunately, it's going to end under caution here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Carroll takes home the win. That's win number 2 in a row for the number 97. Steven Johnson finishes second. Chris Spencer, another good race, finishing third. This winning moment's been brought to you by the league sponsors, Chummy Motorsports, Moser Racing, Marriott Hotels. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if we can't get these guys up in the waiting room. Okay, let's see, we got all right, so let's go ahead and catch up with our third place finisher. That's the number 21 of Chris Spencer. And Chris, what a wild couple of restarts there. Did you think you had something for him, or was that just chaos all around?
Chaos is an understatement. Restarts, especially at short tracks like Phoenix, they're always going to be a little crazy. Green, white checkered at that, so everyone was just going after it, trying to get what they can get. Definitely trying to pick up as many points as possible.
Well, hey, man, you kind of had the same night you did last week. I mean, near the middle of the field and kind of slowly worked your way up through the field. What was the overall strategy tonight going into Phoenix?
I pretty much finished the race. Phoenix is not exactly at the top of my list of tracks that I like going to. Started off the race. The car was a little on the tight side. Working with my teammate there, Ray Hardina, we just made a few adjustments. Finally got it right about mid race. Went back in the second to last caution there for pit stops and just made it a little bit too tight again. But overall, the goal was to try to come home and top 5, top 10, and hey, got a top 5 out of it. So definitely take it.
Yeah, another third place finish for you. You're definitely racking up the points here this season. So great start for you this season. Congratulations on your third place finish. Who do we got to thank on the number 21?
Of course, the League for No Esports, Sam, I love going back, watching your stuff, watch all your stuff there. The SR TV Network, Smoke Show Racing, my teammate Ray Ardina, all the drivers, just another solid week.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations again. We'll let you get back down there with your team and celebrate third place finish, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.
Thank you, sir. See you next week, sir.
That was your third place finisher, Chris Spencer, in the number 21. Coming home in second tonight is Steven Johnson in the number 1 machine. Kind of had an up and down night, Steven. Kind of walk me through it.
Yeah, up and down was pretty accurate. It was sometimes it was the bowling pin, sometimes the bowling ball, and it was just really, really aggressive on the restarts. And people just standing it 3, 4, 5 wide in there, which is probably really entertaining, but we just got to take care of ourselves. But overall, just lucky to end up in the front at the right end, and just not really how the plan for the race was, but we'll take the result.
Yeah, I mean, you come home in second here tonight. You managed to get lucky here on one of these green-white checkered finishes. Kind of tell me what you saw out of your windshield there on that last one. I mean, were you expecting another caution? Were you thinking maybe I got a shot to win this? I mean, kind of tell me what was going through your head.
Well, I knew Mark was on old tires, so I knew that, Carroll was probably going to get around him on the outside. I was hoping just to find wherever there was going to be open racetrack, I was just going to go there and just hope it worked. And it looked like coming off the corner, I think Mark just either washed up or just got hooked or something, and that just sent him up into the field, and then they all wrecked, and I just turned to the inside, hope I wasn't getting involved in it, and somehow made it through.
Well, you definitely made it through. You come home second place here tonight after the up and down battle you had here at Phoenix. I'm sure you're happy with that. Who do we got to shout out on number 1?
I appreciate you putting on the broadcast. They're top quality. I really enjoyed going back and watching them, so appreciate it.
All right, man. Short and sweet and to the point. We love it. Hey, congratulations again on second place, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.
All right, hope to talk to you soon.
That was Steven Johnson, driver of the number 1 car, coming home in second place. Now, catching up with our race winner, and that's Chris Carroll in the number 97. Won last week, comes home with another win this week. Chris, we asked everybody else, what'd you see on them restarts?
A bunch of mayhem, Sammy. It was ugly. I saw cars dive in the corner. I saw cars not making the corner. I saw people hitting each other. I saw tire smoke. It was madness out there, my man.
Well, hey, we know Mark was on older tires there, so I'm sure you didn't think you had any trouble getting around him. Were you worried about the guys behind you? You were in a good position there on that final restart. Kind of got lucky with that last caution. Was there anybody you were really worried about?
You can't worry about it. You just got to drive the hell out of that thing and shoot a hole at the end like that. I wasn't worried about nobody. I wasn't worried about wrecking. I was just worried about picking the right lanes and keeping my car under control, and whatever happened, man. You can't do much else. If you worry about it, you make a mistake, So I just shot the hole I thought was the best shot for me to win, and it worked out, man.
Well, definitely worked out for you. You got some stage points here tonight. You come home with another win. Chris, who you got a shout out on 97 to make it all happen?
Well, I got to thank Tanner Marr and Five Kings and the boys. They're putting good sets up under us, and we're working on them in practice and trying to make them better. I got to thank USAFirearms.com, of course, and Brian Zimmerman. He powers all of us to be able to do all this stuff. Got to thank you guys at TSP. You always do a good job, and I don't think you've ever made me look bad on the telecast, so that's pretty cool. But I got to thank all you guys and Tom and Kel and all these guys and Stephen T and all the boys that police this thing and make this thing run. It's a lot of babysitting. It's a lot of stuff going on that they're trying to make happen. So all those guys work super hard, and nights like this when there's lots of wrecks, it's super thankless and everybody complaining. So a thankless job they do for us.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations again on taking home the win here tonight at Phoenix. We'll see you again next week at Atlanta.
Thanks, Sammy. Got her done.
And that was race winner Chris Carroll. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight on True Sim Productions. As I bring up the wrong screen there. Go ahead and get your race results up on the screen. All right, results up on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. The qualifying results. Let's pull the race results up, shall we? Oh, we're just batting 1,000 here this evening. All right, Chris Carroll, your race winner. Steven Johnson brings it home second. Chris Spencer third. Jeremy Richmond fourth. And Brian Zimmerman rounds out the top 5. The rest of your results are on screen. Everybody be sure to tune in tomorrow night, same time on Trueston Productions for the Front Row Esports Dirt Series live from Lernerville Speedway. It's going to be street stocks and big block modified, so be sure to tune into that. Other than that, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. It's been a great race. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.